So, apparently a lot of people have been making connections between Luca and Call Me By Your Name. Thank God no one eats a peach in this film, huh?
We can go anywhere. Do anything. We just gotta stick together.
We underdogs have to look out for each other, right?
Underdog!
How's it going, guys? Welcome back to my channel and time for another episode of Luke's Reviews. On today's video, Pixar have a brand spanking new release for us, although this time they've decided to forego a cinematic release and skip straight to Disney Plus for Luca. Luca and Alberto are two young friends enjoying the Italian summer, spending all day with each other and dreaming about one day driving a Vespa. The only problem is that they're both sea monsters who can take the form of humans on dry land. They end up visiting a local town called Porto Rosso, where they run into a young girl whom they help to compete in a local competition for the chance to end up with a Vespa. It's a bizarre premise, but it is one that when you strip it down to its bare components, a story that you have seen plenty of times. A youngster who lives in fear of humans and forced apart from them winds up discovering that the outside world isn't so bad and defies their parents to live their own life. And so it isn't that Luca doesn't do anything interesting with that premise, it's that Pixar never really made it feel special. Kicking off with the positives, and I feel like I'm a broken record any time I talk about a Pixar film, but the animation is simply stunning. Last year's Soul, when that film was set in New York, went all guns blazing for that photorealistic approach. For Luca, director Enrico Casarosa and his team are definitely taking the medium of animation and using it as creatively as possible. The design of these sea creatures are colourful and imaginative, and once we get to Porto Rosso, the level of detail to bring the Italian Riviera to life is just beautiful. And I'd imagine for those with a strong connection to such a place, it's going to be very impressive for them too. Also, Casarosa isn't afraid to experiment either. We get these wonderful Italian neo-realism dream sequences from Luca's perspective that are gorgeous to look at. And there's no denying that the film has heart too. The central relationship between Alberto and Luca is kind and genuine, and it's wholesome, bolstered by the voice work by Jacob Tremblay and Jack Dylan Grazer. And I thought that that relationship grew even further once you add in the character of Julia, who is this young girl that they meet in Porto Rosso who is wanting to compete in the Porto Rosso Cup. And her character and her arc were probably the most emotionally invested I was in the film. But I think the biggest obstacle for me really loving Luca is that it didn't feel special. When it comes to Pixar, inevitably we hold them to a much higher degree than other animation studios. Them on an off day could still produce a film that another animation studio would still love to get their hands on. And whilst I'm not saying Luca is an off day for Pixar, it's certainly not one of their strongest works. The screenplay keeps it incredibly safe for the runtime, the character arcs are by the numbers, the overall story progression is overwhelmingly generic. Pixar pride themselves on originality and ingenuity, and I found much of that ethos to be lacking here. Also, I didn't find much of the humour that funny. Jokes that were probably aimed more for a younger audience, but that Pixar wit, again, I couldn't find it. For a film featuring sea monsters, I was hoping Pixar's newest outing would dive a little deeper. It features excellent animation and some sweet messages about friendship and overcoming your fears, but the rest of the film comes off a little shallow and a bit been there, seen that, done it. It's not bad, but when it comes to Pixar, I don't know, I guess I just expect a little more. I've heard a lot of people say online as well that Luca reminds them of like a Studio Ghibli movie. My experience with Studio Ghibli films is very limited, so if anyone did pick up on that, feel free to let me know down in the comments. I'm very interested to learn if that is something that you saw. So overall, I'm going to give Luca a 6 out of 10. Anyway guys, those were my thoughts on Luca. Let me know, have you had a chance to see the film yet? What did you think? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. It is currently on Disney+. It's not in their Premier Access service, so it is completely free to watch. You aren't going to have to pay £30 more for it. But my question to you, is there a Pixar film that you think missed the mark? I know a lot of people go on record and say that they think Cars 2 was one of the weaker Pixar films. I don't think it's one of the best either. Although for me, I didn't really get the hype for Brave. I was kind of left out in the cold for that one. But as always, thank you ever so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Hello, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, make sure to click that like button, and if you aren't already, click that subscribe button too.